So let's start this story, like all good stories, with an outrageous truth. I was born into a family of clowns. My father has been a clown since he was 18, and he had a company of clowns and entertainers as I grew up. I watched my dad teach many people, teach them how to make balloon animals, juggle, paint faces, perform magic tricks. And I always thought teaching would be fun because my dad did it. He taught me to play video games and read. He was a great teacher. When my brother Justin started going to school, I felt left out because I was a year and a half younger, and I couldn't go to school yet. He would come home with homework and would teach me how to do it. I loved the math. I worked great with my brother in math until I started going to school, and it helped me be a great student. In second grade, my math teacher saw that I'd already learned all the math and gave me worksheets from a third grade workbook to work on. She also recommended me to get tested for GATE in seminar at my school. I scored very well in the test and got placed in the seminar track. Even though I was a bright child, I was a bad student, and so my bad study habits came through. There were a lot of homework assignments that I missed, and so I stopped being in seminar in the fourth grade. I went back to GATE, but my study habits did not improve. In fifth grade, I had to stay after about 3 days a week just because I didn't do my homework. I still made it through the fifth grade and didn't have to go to summer school, but I still didn't learn my lesson. In 7th grade, I failed my math class because I didn't do my homework. I aced all the tests and did very well in the classwork, but the homework was such a big portion of the grade that I failed. My teacher noticed that I was a bright student and still recommended me for honors algebra in the 8th grade, which was a blessing. My 8th grade algebra teacher saw that I was an excellent student and allowed me to teach some of the lessons. This was my first experience actually teaching students. I loved it. I loved being able to help others, though I didn't like being different from the other students. Because of the extra responsibility and because my dad couldn't pick me up for an hour after school, I got straight A's in the 8th grade. Now let me clarify, even though I was a less than perfect student, I still loved school. It gave me an escape from what was going on at home. My mom was sick and oftentimes bedridden, so instead of going home, I helped my friends with their math homework. I helped them study for tests. I even worked as a tutor for $15 an hour. My teachers saw my love for school and helped me as much as they could, even though I still struggled with homework assignments. Mainly because when I went home, I escaped into video games. My Algebra 2 teacher told me I was an enigma to her because I did so well and didn't do homework. My 11th grade history teacher recommended me to go see the school psychologist. I didn't talk to her a whole lot, but I could see that my teacher cared for me. See, in the 11th grade, I had been struggling because the summer before my mom's illness had gotten worse. She was in a coma for 2 weeks during the summer, and in the hospital for 2 months total. Because of this and my homework habits spilling into my college application habits, I only sent out one application, to Stanford University. I was rejected. I graduated on the honor roll and then headed off to community college, where I started becoming a doctor. I had a childish notion that if I became a doctor, I could help my mom. But after my first chemistry class, I realized that was not the path for me. I looked back on all these events that I've told and realized I loved teaching, my teachers helped me a whole lot, and I wanted to be able to help other students the way that my teachers helped me. So, I found that UCSD had a math/secondary education bachelor's degree, and I started working towards that. I transferred to UCSD as soon as I could, worked for 2 years at UCSD and got my bachelor's degree. Then I entered the master's program. In the past year, I've student taught, I have worked hard, and all of it has just affirmed that this is where I want to be, and I want to help students so that they can get through the struggles that I've gone through. Everyone can use support.